As humans have spread across the world, so have infectious diseases. Flus and illnesses have plagued humanity since the earliest days. With the rapid growth of our population, along with urbanization, more exotic trade routes, and increased contact with different populations of people, animals, and ecosystems, it is more likely that pandemics would occur.
It is one of the first epidemics of the flu that we know of in current history. It was also the first epidemic to be so widely commented on and intensely during the daily press. It arrived in North America in 1890 and it turned into a pandemic that killed about 1 million people worldwide.
The 1918 pandemic caused the global deaths of probably 50 and maybe up to 100 million people, making it the worst natural disaster in all of recorded human history.
That this Asian flu has covered a lot of territory in a short time, but I would like to know, how did it all get started?
Asian influenza spreads rapidly. It can strike you and your entire family at the same time.
The Hong Kong flu pandemic of 1968 that unfortunately claimed the lives of over 1 million people around the world. The first official case was recorded in July of that year in Hong Kong, where the pandemic got its name. Because the virus broke out in Hong Kong, a major port city, took almost no time for the virus to spread, first to many Asian countries, then to Australia and Europe, and eventually made its way to America as troops returned home after fighting in the Vietnam War.
Ladies and gentlemen, in late April, WHO announced the emergence of a novel influenza A virus.
And they're seeing virus in swine, in pigs now.
Swine flu is a type of swine flu
infections and what to do if you get sick.
Fear is running high as the death toll rises in Mexico's capital city.
As of this morning, March 13th, CDC is reporting more than 1,500 cases of COVID-19.
The SARS-CoV-2 virus?
That COVID-19.
Against COVID-19 or
growing COVID-19 outbreak.
Airlines will ban anyone with coronavirus symptoms from getting off the plane.
I'm tired of walking into rooms and your patient's dead.
So what is next? The facts and numbers that we have about these historic pandemics can feel shocking, but sometimes the numbers can also feel so incomprehensible that we are desensitized. After all, how do we really feel about 200,000 people dying versus 2 million? The question is, why do such pandemics keep happening so often? Why are these infections always related to animals? And what is something that we can do to prevent pandemics like this in the future? We decided to dig deeper into the topic to get our answers. So our team decided to explore local farms in town to check out the conditions of the farm animals. We found the cows in deplorable conditions. They barely had any space to move, and were all cramped up tight. Many of the cows showed signs of visible illness, and some were even injured. Such living conditions are really bad for cows and lead to the spread of infection. It is just a matter of time before this infection is transmitted to humans. Sadly, millions of such farm animals are kept in terrible living conditions all around the world. It is time for us to wake up and take action. We need to spread awareness about this as much as possible. In an attempt to spread awareness, our team has designed the 2020 Vision Tower to capture the data about the true impact of humans on animals. With 2020 vision into the present and the past, it allows us to see multiple data points together visually. And when we contrast data and graphics about changes in biodiversity versus human population growth versus length of time between pandemics, we can begin to see the big picture of our human impact. We can see that we are the pandemic.